Welcome to the Eye on Annapolis Local Business Spotlight. There are thousands of locally owned businesses in the area, some small and some large. Some you may know and others you don't. But one thing they all have in common is a great story, and we want to share it with you. Join us every Saturday as we talk to the founders, the owners, and the managers of local businesses you have come to know and love, and those you will come to know and love. Now here's your host, John Frenay, with this week's Local Business Spotlight.
Well, I think this is the earliest podcast that we've ever done. We got in touch and we heard about Graze Craze, which is a brand new business here in Edgewater, and said, hey, you guys want to do a podcast? And it was like, yeah, fine. How's 8 o'clock on the day after a holiday? But I'm so glad that we're here because actually I am a kind of a morning person here, but this is a brand new business, opened just a couple of weeks, I think. And we are here with Jennie Pryde and Jordan Robinson, who are the owners. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well.
Amazing.
Good. Well, this is, as far as I could tell, is one of those businesses that you don't know that you need until you know that you need it.
Yep.
If that makes any kind of sense. It's sort of like the nothing bundt cake.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. Okay, so you're absolutely right. We didn't know we needed it until we thought about it, because when we decided to do a franchise, well, Jordan kind of like put all this together and presented it to me, but he kind of came to me with this list because we knew we wanted to get out of, working for people and working for our family. And so he came up with this list, and I was like, charcuterie boards.
No way.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
What?
And here we are.
I was like, wait, hold on. And then it started occurring to me, like, all the ways it's helpful.
It was funny when the nothing bundt cake opened up. I'm like going, 6 months.
Right.
I mean, it's not even a food phase that, may go in and out,
Right.
and I'm like, I mean, how often can you do bundt cakes? And I had the same reaction with the mission escape rooms.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, so I solved it.
Yeah,
So,
now what?
what's in it for me?
I'm done.
And but like mission escape rooms, you keep coming back. And as I got to think about the charcuterie thing, which I just learned how to spell about 6 months ago.
Us too.
There's so many, I won't say uses, but so many opportunities to be able to
Absolutely.
to use that. But
Yeah.
so I mean, but we're here and you are a charcuterie place.
Yeah.
And for those that are unaware of where they are, they're 95 Mayo Road, which is in some shopping center that I don't know the name, but it's 2 doors down from Senior
Woodland Center.
Chili's.
Woodland Center.
Woodland Center?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If you're coming off of Route 2 on Mayo Road, just after the curve, it's right there on the right. And it's very convenient to pretty much Annapolis, Edgewater, Davidsonville, not bad to Crofton, and
It's got great
points.
parking. There's parking.
Lots of free parking and
Yeah.
everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the question I got for you is, I mean, as Jennifer, you said, well, that's a dumb idea. I mean, how did we get here?
So again, like, he presented it and I was like, eh. But then I started thinking about it, and it really is one of those kinds of businesses, like you said, you don't know you need it until you find it. And then you realize how much this can help, how easy this can make life, because buying all of this stuff for charcuterie and putting it together and making something that everybody can eat, you can please everybody with charcuterie. And that's what we loved about it, is that, oh, you're gluten-free? All right, cool. Well, we can provide gluten-free, but also we have boards that don't have any bread on them at all. And we can help feed the masses and make it easier for the hosts and the office managers and everybody who wants to have a meeting.
I mean, you're not a restaurant.
Nope.
As we're sitting here in the front. I mean, you've got a very small front.
Yep.
Storefront, I guess, if you will, and then the kitchen's in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, are we looking at meals? I mean, I looked at your website, and the website is grazecraze.com. It's GRAZECRAZE.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then just look for the location for Annapolis or Edgewater, and it'll come up. But is this like a meal type of a place, or is it more of I'm having a big old party?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely both. We have everything from, a small snack to a meal for one, and it goes all the way up to 20 people. The sky's the limit. There are, quite a few people that will just come in and just get a personal lunch for themselves. So not only that, we also have people that come in and they want to impress their office at a holiday party with 20, 30, 40 people, and we can meet the demand on any level.
Look, I think also too, when you look at people are a little bit more conscious of their nutrition these days. I mean, I know that I can count on probably, one hand how many times I've been to McDonald's in the last 5 years. Well, a charcuterie can be pretty decadent. I mean, it's generally a fairly healthy type of a snack. I mean, you've got the fruits and you've got the jams and the spreads and the cheese and the and the meats and everything else.
Yeah, and the meats are all uncured, like boar's head meats. We didn't get the lowest, but we have the best. We have, like, that was important to us too, is the dedication to the quality.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, if you have the meats and all of the fresh fruits and vegetables, if you are worried about like the added nitrates and nitrites with curing, these meats are.
It's not there.
It's not there. It's one of those really nice.
One of the things I do want to point out, and I pointed out a couple times when I've talked to different franchises, because a lot of people will sit there and say, "Oh, a franchise is just a big chain." A franchise is really nothing more than an advertisement, as far as I see. You paid some money to get this name, which has a name. I mean, there's over 100 of these nationwide,
internationally.
And this is not somebody, and I don't even know where the headquarters are, but I mean, this is not somebody from Minneapolis coming down here to operate this thing. This is, you guys are local. I mean, you're here, you're part of the community, you're looking to get back to the community. As you grow, I mean, you're going to be, hiring local people. It's not going to be, okay, well, we'll send some, a new stringer in from North Carolina to put together boards. Which I think
local is our kids we've hired.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the key thing that people need to realize, that when you're talking about our franchise, I mean, it is not a Dick's Sporting Goods, it's not a Nordstrom, which isn't here anymore, or a Macy's or something like that. This is locally owned. I mean, you've invested an awful lot into it, and it's I've always likened it to taking out an ad in the local newspaper or something like that just says, hey, this gets my name out and people just can recognize it. And that's that. So, I mean, tell me about your menu. I mean, I know I got a press release saying that you were open, and that's sort of how we got turned on to you. You talked about just the different types of menus. And I mean, when I think of a charcuterie board, I think it's just kind of the same stuff. But it's not.
You're gonna take this one. You're gonna take this one. You're the
I mean, nothing against it, but we've all been to the Super Bowl party that has the crackers, salami, and cheese. The
in
adult
plastic container.
in a plastic container.
The classy ones, they have grapes.
They have grapes as well. The adult Lunchable, and nothing against those.
We've eaten plenty of them, and they are great.
But our variety is so much greater, and I think that is really the essence of charcuterie is the variety. I mean, we have 5 different kinds of meats and 3 different kinds of breads, from sweet to savory to, what do we have? 5 different kinds of cheeses.
Yeah. And then there's all the different types of boards right there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We have a board that is just for dessert. We have a board that is for brunch that has hard-boiled eggs and pancakes and
bacon.
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 Wait a minute. So
Bacon.
charcuterie goes into like brunch and breakfast stuff, and
Yeah.
I mean, our
charcuterie does.
What is charcuterie? What's the definition of that? Is that just like food on a piece of wood?
I'm not food on wood. No, I don't know the exact definition, but to us and to Graze Craze, I can speak to that. And it really is about, like, the grazing part of it is really, when we're talking about these other boards, I think that's the goal. It's like just putting so many different things together that complement and like please a bunch of people, make it easy to like build a bite. You know what I mean? And I think that's charcuterie, is your meats, cheese, anything you can put together to kind of graze on.
Well, it's funny you talk about that. I'm looking at the menu style poster that's here in the front store, and I'm looking at all the different combinations of what's in there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it really does allow to grazing. I mean, I know that I find that when I go to one, I see a charcuterie board, I mean, I'm like, okay, we'll go with the salami or the ham or the prosciutto or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And I'll pick and choose what I want. I'll kind of stay with that.
Yeah.
But what I'm seeing there, I'm like, oh, wow, I try that, and they'll try that. And it's like, ooh, olives. No, I'm not into olives. So, I'll skip over those. But
you could also let us know if you're buying a board and you don't like olives, and like we can swap out some olives.
That's awesome.
Why not?
Absolutely.
We're building the boards, and we are owned by our own selves. We don't, we have to follow some rules with the franchise, but we can always
Right.
swap out things.
No, I mean, your business is sort of split between, hey, knock, knock, knock on the door. Here I am. I'd like to pick up lunch, or I've got an office meeting or something like that we want to do that as well.
Mm.
But I'm presuming you do catering for
Mhm.
and that's I probably think the lion's share, wouldn't it be, or not really, or
Yeah, I think it was what, 60% was
Yeah, yeah,
like for businesses and catering and
yeah. I think opening at the holiday season, most of our business has been just directly
Yeah.
to families hosting holiday parties.
yeah.
that's when everyone goes,
Wait a
your
minute.
mother-in-law's coming? Ah,
And she's bringing, or she's invited
That's
X,
been-
Y, and Z.
And it really has been fantastic. I've had several people come in here and, they're discussing their families with me. And it's like, well, John doesn't do gluten and Sally is a vegetarian. We had one that was a special request where we had to sort of isolate the meats from everything
Mhm.
else because, somebody's
Yeah.
mother-in-law was
Vegan, or something
vegan.
like that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it really does show that we could feed anybody. I mean, we do. I mean, we are part of a franchise and we have rules, but we really got connected to a really amazing and understanding franchisor.
Mhm.
So we have a lot of room for creativity. I mean, it's
I made a Moana board the other
she
day.
did, yeah, she made a Moana board.
that's really interesting, and that's encouraging that a franchisor would be able to say, okay, well, here's the branding, here's the the tools that we're
Yeah.
going to give you to help you succeed.
Can I speak to the franchise part of it for a
Sure.
second? Do you mind? I always was under the impression, like you said a while back, about it being just this big chain or whatever. And so I was a little worried about it. But what I have found the essence of this franchise is, number one, their commitment to quality and their franchisees. But what we did was we got a framework. We didn't have to build anything from the ground up. We got a path. We got a plan. We got support and PR and everything. So when we bought into it, we didn't just get a name and a menu book. We got a huge amount of support. And also, like, the nice thing between the chain and the mom and pop is the franchise, because it is owned and operated by us, but there's still somebody above us. So if we have done something that requires attention and we don't pay attention to it, you still have somebody
That's
up above us that will probably rectify it and make sure that we're taking care of the customers the way they want us to, which is obviously in line with the way we want to. And that's why we fell in love with this particular franchise.
I had a franchise for a travel agency at one point,
Oh,
and it was
wow.
very similar. I mean, the nice thing is that they give you the tools to
Yep.
really succeed. I mean,
Yep.
they have the big budget. I mean, you guys don't have the
Exactly.
multi-million-dollar budget, but they have a big
Exactly.
budget to figure out how to do that. And I know
Yep.
that I imagine certainly that you mentioned you'd have boar's head meat.
Mhm.
They probably have a
They
deal with
arrange
boar's
that.
head.
Yep. They arrange Cisco. They arrange those things. Yeah. And also, like, our Verterra stuff is all like made of bamboo, recycled leaves. And so they also care about the environment too. So they do make sure that all of our stuff is, uniform. So we have the brand wide boards, and they're all this bamboo reclaimed, eco-friendly boards. And that was another thing that was really important to me and, Jordan, as well, as a environmental aspect of it. We don't want to contribute to a problem, and the franchise believes in that, and that's so nice.
Well, you're in the right area for
Yeah.
that. I mean, we live in a world of tree huggers here in Annapolis,
Yeah.
and I say that lovingly.
In
but I
the
mean,
best possible way.
But I mean, we look at the different festivals. I mean, the Crab Feast, and I know recently the Military Bowl was all a zero waste event type of
Yep.
thing, and there's different
important.
organizations to do that. And I mean, we've got one planet, we can't screw it up too bad. I mean,
Yeah.
we're doing a good enough job on our
I
own.
know.
You
Don't worry, we'll move to Mars soon and mess that one up.
we don't need to. But I was thinking about all the different aspects of that. I mean, you've got the oh crap, your mother's coming.
Yep.
You've got office meetings, you've got cocktail parties that you've got enough to worry about.
Yep.
Having the right booze is
Yeah.
to figure out what you need there. A day out on the boat.
Yep.
If you're out there, weddings,
Engagement.
weddings, football, football weekends.
Yep. Tailgating.
It just really sort of goes on and on.
There's really no place where a celebration of life. Like, how easy is that in the middle of trying to deal with something that, painful or stressful or whatever, to just know that you can go somewhere and pick up something and not have to think about it at all. Like that's a beautiful thing right there. That's one of the reasons. Like, or if you have an emergency and your caterer got in a car accident one day and they can't cater your stuff or whatever, give us a call. We can probably meet the need and we can save the day. And that feels good. That's the kind of things that we are really excited about.
And I will say too that if you've ever tried to, and I have never done it, but I've seen my girlfriend do it, put together a charcuterie board. There's a special talent that goes along with that.
Yeah, it is not, and it's not cheap. Once you go and you buy everything and you have stuff left over, right? Because you buy everything.
Right. I need 3 dollops of special jam, and I've got a
right. But are you going to make the hummus by yourself? Because we make it fresh every day. Like we don't get pre-made hummus. You want one of the jams, you're going to have to make it because that's what we do. Yeah. You want the lemon dill dip, you're going to have to make it because that's what we do. Nothing here is pre-made. We make it all. And so like that's another element of the board that if you're going to go buy all that stuff, you can assemble it. But if you want all the dips, you want the cute little tongs, you want the little honey dipper, that all goes into what we do because we have all that. That's
and it doesn't make sense to do it on an individual basis.
Not
for
really.
Sure. Do you get here like super early in the morning to start, like you said, you making your jams and your hummus and everything else? And I mean,
it depends. It depends on the demand for the day.
Yeah. I mean, I know I talked to Great Harvest Bread Company, and he said that, he's got the bakers that are in at 2:00 in the morning. So he's got fresh stuff coming out in the morning.
And, we prep everything like the day before with the slicing and everything. And then, that makes it easier to, assemble the boards, makes it more accurate when we have a day between the prep and then, or some like an hour or two between the prep or something.
Right. What are your hours at this point? I'm sure they're probably looking to change at some point.
Right now we're Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 5.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
Wednesday we hold for tastings,
event planning. Yeah. Like any kind of an appointment that might require our attention.
Neat.
And then, maybe a deep clean, whatever. But
sure. Whatever. Now, gift cards?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Any denomination, just, we sell them online, actually. Okay. You can buy them right at our website.
That's a great gift.
It's a wonderful gift.
Teachers,
to be able stocking stuffers.
Teachers, yeah.
Last minute gifts that you forgot. Oh my God, I forgot to get a gift for somebody. Mother-in-law's coming. I forgot to get her a gift.
Get her a one-way ticket home.
With a charcuterie gift card.
Send her one out there. So, it was funny. I was looking at the website again, and it's grazecraze.com. And they call you grazeologists.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a little bit of a marketing term, but this is a second career for you, I'm going to assume.
14th, 15th.
15th, 16th, whatever. Maybe. I mean, how do we learn to become grazeologists, and what's sort of involved in that?
We had to go, as owners, we had to go to 2 weeks of training at the headquarters in West Palm Beach, Florida. And during that time, obviously, we got some of like the back end training and everything. Sure. But there was definitely time spent on construction and learning how to make the boards in the way that they have studied and learned and failed and everything else. They've done all that. We didn't have to do all that. Right. So they teach us the best way that they found so far. And then after that, right before we open, they send somebody out again for a week just to teach us operations just to build
in your
boards.
store.
Yep. Just learning how to run our business, making sure that the boards are perfect, learning how to use the slicers, learning how to use the big, like commercial sized food processor to make the dips and stuff. Right. So we didn't have to fumble through it. I mean, we're still fumbling. There's There's still some fumbling, don't worry. But like, we didn't have to fall down as many times as we would have if we didn't have somebody with all that.
If Jordan had said, "Hey, I want to start a charcuterie business,"
I was like, "Oh yeah, good idea. Let's learn how to do it."
and I noticed that both of you still have 10 fingers, so that whole slicer thing worked out really well.
So far, and that's they really stress the safety part of it, which is important.
How big of a board or a spread could you do? I mean, you talked about different sizes, Jordan. You said, up to 20
Mhm.
people or something. I mean,
Yeah.
One board. That's a one board.
That's one board is for 20 people. And then you would just, multiply it. You can mix and match, if you have 35 people coming, then you get a large board and a medium board. But more than that, I mean, we're very flexible. We can help with staging at a wedding or event. If you wanted a charcuterie table, we would basically bring the ingredients and set it up in the same way that we would on boards, but instead on a table, which is a very beautiful look.
We're just so flexible. Like
yeah.
that's another beautiful part about it, is that, like, since it is a million pieces all in one, like we can do things that are special. Like we have a game day board that looks like a football, right? Like
cool.
Yeah, no, and that it's super fun. We have a wine pairing board. You're having a wine pairing night, one of those nights where everybody brings a different bottle of wine.
Right.
Get the wine pairing board. You bring up the art thing, though. Did you know that I did all this? Except for the one up there with the woman. This is all my work.
Wow.
And my father-in-law built that ship from hand. He did all of the rigging, and if that was a full-size sailboat, it would sail, because it is all accurate rigging he did himself. Every plank, everything.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's amazing.
All right,
I painted as well.
Actually,
Jordan, that is absolutely the most
Did Brenna
fantastic
paint
wall.
that
Yeah, I helped paint this one.
he did a lot of work in here, but yeah, like this was my contribution back here.
God, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. How did you two, I mean, we talked that, this is the 14th, 15th career or whatever. I mean, how did we get into owning your own business and, charcuterie? I mean, Jordan, you obviously talked to Jennifer and talked her into the charcuterie, but I mean, where did we come from?
Yeah.
How much time you got?
Yeah.
I moved around a lot as a kid, but career wise, I joined the Air Force. Like I was a Russian linguist. I spent 12 years, fell in love with a Maryland man and stayed. And then I became a nurse. I went to Towson University, became a nurse, and then I worked in ICU, I worked in prison, and then I finally worked at Johns Hopkins in cardiology, where I realized I wanted to be a nurse practitioner. So then I went to Duke and became a nurse practitioner. And then I got sick and couldn't be a nurse practitioner, dealt with that through art, and ended up in a wheelchair. And he was handling everything all the time and never home. And I needed help. We have 4 kids. And so that's how I got here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Wow.
think for me, I spent most of my career in healthcare management, and I was managing private doctors' offices, and I loved it. I mean, I loved the doctors I worked for. Everybody was amazing. But it was after Jennie got sick, it became 2 jobs that, I was, working for these folk for, 9 hours a day to go home to do the cooking and the cleaning and the diapers and the whole thing. And I really, really got burnt out. But more than that, I mean, Jennie has always had a very entrepreneurial spirit. So this is something that's sort of been like a conversation that we've had for the entire time that we've known each other. But towards my maximum burnout, I reached out to a franchise coach, and she decided, based on sort of our living circumstances and what we wanted to do with our lives, that, these 5 franchises would be a good fit for me. So I did the proper due diligence, and I knew it would be on a shadow of a doubt that it was not going to be Graze Craze just right off the bat.
Yep.
But I fell in love with it. I did the discovery days, and then I sheepishly went to Jennie, and I was like, so I did a thing, and I want you to be open-minded. It's charcuterie. And,
Meanwhile, Jennie's going, oh God, what did you do?
what did you do?
Yep.
What have you done now?
Yeah.
Oh boy, what's coming now?
Yeah, but I think we've always had that sort of yearning to get out on our own, to feed our family on our own sweat equity. I mean, I loved the jobs that I've had and the people that I've worked for, but I wanted all that time and effort that I put in to be for my family, rather than this corporation or this,
This
this doctor's office. So yeah, we found the charcuterie, and then she did the discovery day, and then it was just kind of made sense. I mean, I wanted a job that I would love going to work, and so far, I have, and we're both very into food and food art, and I think this is perfectly that. We also wanted something, and I personally wanted to work with Jennie. I wanted us to be able to work together instead of, she's at that doctor's office and I'm at this doctor's office, but we had to be aware of what her capabilities were, now that there's some mobility issues, that I knew that she was brilliant financially. I knew she was brilliant marketing and artistically. And I knew that I had a strong back and I could work hard, and I could lift heavy stuff. And
so you can paint a wall with the best of them.
I could paint a wall with the best of them. So I felt, this kind of ticked maybe all the boxes that we were looking for. Certainly checked a lot of boxes. So,
and then it took a year and 3 months to open.
Yeah, a year and 3 months to open.
We had so many issues trying to open.
Ups and downs.
There were so many times when we thought we were gonna just have to quit.
It's funny, again, I was looking again at the website grazecraze.com, and I had to laugh. It said it's the #1 charcuterie business franchise.
Yep, because we are #1.
And I said,
we're the only one.
I said, well, how big is that pool?
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
I did
we're world's best charcuterie chain, right?
You guys seem to really have a very strong community focus too. And
100%.
And I mean, I sit here and I think, we were talking about the different uses, that's the wrong word, but the different times you could use a charcuterie board. And I'm just even thinking as spring sports starts to roll around here.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many parents I've talked to how miserable it is sitting on the sidelines watching your kid run up and down a field doing, whether it's lacrosse or soccer or baseball or whatever it is. Perfect spot for a board.
Well, and we're playing with the design of cold packs that we can fit underneath the trays, so that if you do want to have an outdoor event and it's 90 degrees outside, like a summer wedding, it'll keep it chilled so that, the meats don't sweat and the cheese doesn't turn gross and we're kind of like, well, I don't know if I can even eat that cheese anymore. So it'll make it, stay fresh and delicious and beautiful. So
that's cool. Well, I know that we did miss your grand opening. That was on January 6th, but it's always a grand opening. I recommend everybody to come down here and check this out. This is a really cool little place. Again, plenty of free parking. It's at 95 Mayo Road, just past the curve on Mayo Road if you're coming off of Route 2, next to Senor Chili's, and used to be called, I think, Music and Arts Center, but it's got a different name. The music store down in the corner.
Yeah,
and
the music store. There's the London Town Fish place, too.
And Dragon House Chinese restaurant is also
There's a lot here. And Senor Chili's gets a lot of business. They're so delicious.
They're good.
And the consignment shop next door, MOW, they are amazing. And it is such a great consignment shop. They have some of the best stuff over there, and I'm only plugging them because I love them so much, and they've been so wonderful to us, and they're just the sweetest people, and they also are community focused, so they're a big deal to us.
I find that the business community in Anne Arundel County is very tight and very willing to work together with
absolutely
even if it is a competition, to a degree. I mean, you get a McDonald's franchisor might be willing to give you, I mean, no, you're not going to do Big Macs, and he's never going to do charcuterie boards, and but you're going to have some overlapping customers. I mean, somebody.
For a point though, like the competition, I heard this one quote that when you have a growth mindset and you feel good about your business and you're settled in your mind, you don't have competition, you have collaborators. And the one thing I do believe is that there's enough charcuterie to go around, and we're going to have our demographic and your person at home. Like I have a friend at Cheese the Day, and she makes them out of her home, and they're gorgeous. But we have a different demographic a little bit. There's going to be some overlap, but we can help each other. And that's what I want to do, is just figure out the puzzle between us and another business and how we make a collaboration. Like that's what I'm constantly thinking about. How can we help each other? How can we make things better and easier for people? That's a big deal for us. I mean, the nice thing about this also is that when you go online and you see the professional photographs, when you get the board, it looks just like it. You know what I mean? Like that's the beauty of it, is when you get it, you know that it's going to look like what you expect it to look like. Not like, when you go to a restaurant and you see how beautiful it is and then you get it.
Do you guys do delivery?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were thinking about it, we started thinking about instead of thinking about where charcuterie was appropriate, we ended up starting to have to think about where it wasn't, because it is so universal, so much opportunity. We want to do have paint and sip. We want to do a charcuterie and sip and have people around our huge, big stainless steel tables in our brand new, beautiful kitchen, drinking wine with their friends, learning how to make a little charcuterie board that they get to take home.
Chopped up, send them, they cut them loose on the slicer, and
what could go wrong? I think we will have it all prepped, though. We will teach mise en place, but we will definitely not have people running slicers. But that's an event space too.
It was funny as I was thinking about this, and as the artistry that comes into doing these things, you're kind of like a floral arranger to a degree.
Could be, yeah.
I mean, you take the individual pieces, you arrange it, you make it beautiful, and I guess the difference is I don't eat my florist bouquet, but
I mean, it's up to you if you want to. I guess everything's edible if you're courageous enough.
But I would suggest everybody get down here to 95 Mayo Road. Check it out, grazecraze.com, and then there's a button on there for location. You can put in your zip code or whatever, and I imagine you can come in and get a sampling or something 100%. Like that to see what it is. You can see, but you can see what the boards are. You can see really peel back the onion and see how it's all made. And it's you guys have done a great job. Welcome. And
Thank you.
Was this the scariest thing you've done?
Yes.
Says the Air Force woman here.
I was thinking. Yeah.
I mean, I worked in a prison, and that was
okay.
that was scary at first, but I think that I never wondered if I was going to lose my livelihood.
I found that most people will say that owning their own business is the most terrifying thing that they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the most rewarding thing.
Satisfying.
You make your own hours to a degree. You call the shots. The mistakes that you make are the ones that you own.
Yep.
The successes that you make are the ones that you own.
Yep.
Yeah.
As well. So it's, but congratulations, welcome.
Thanks.
And I think everybody should get grazing.
I could not agree more. So nice to meet you.
Thanks for listening to this week's Local Business Spotlight. Please make sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net for all your local news, events, and opinion. And in case you haven't already, please subscribe to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, where we bring you all the day's local news direct to your phone, tablet, or computer in about 10 minutes. It comes to you at 6 a.m. every Monday through Friday, and you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.